Hello everybody, I'm Savannah.
Hi, I'm Casey.
We're about to film a chicken coop tour video. First we need to put up some more of this white trim at the top on the back sides, and we're doing a lot of other things today. We're gonna take you along. Yesterday we leveled both of these garden beds, which took an entirely too long of a time, and then we filled this one and planted.
So I heard that aphids don't like mint, so I'm going to lay a few sprigs at the base of the tomatoes because we're having a major aphid problem.
The only reason we have these tomatoes out, because all of our other tomatoes are not planted, it's not warm enough. These are glacier tomatoes and they can withstand a light frost. And it's really not supposed to get down except to like 37, I think is the forecast. So they should be fine. But that's the only reason that those are planted. We only have 3 of them. But yeah, the aphids are already coming at them.
And all the weird stuff that's on top of them is diatomaceous earth. I also read that that kills aphids, so because they were yesterday I came out and I was like, oh wow, they're looking really good, and then towards the end of the day I was like, oh my gosh, what happened to them? They were just like limp and lifeless, and I turned over their leaves and they were just covered in aphids. So we like squished them all, and then this morning they were there again, not as large of quantities. So I mean, it's not the end of the world. We literally have like 80 other plants, but you know, these will be the first ones to grow tomatoes, and the sooner you can get them, the better, and I'm gonna give them a fighting chance, so we'll see.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what's in this bed that we've already planted and the bed that we planted yesterday. Right here we have some California poppies that have sprouted very well. We have these radishes right here, and those are going to come out of the ground, and then we may plant something new here, or maybe the poppies will get big and the sage will get big and we won't need to, but we have that space if we need it. We planted some lettuce. This was from a mix, but I think this is some kind of red romaine, and this was also from the same mix, which looks like a kale. These are mustard greens, and they were tiny when we put them in here. I mean, this was like a week ago it seems like, and they're gotten so huge. Back here we have butter crunch lettuce. These are some aster plants. Back here we have bee balm, and then on the other side, right here we have, what are these? I can't remember if they're leeks. I think these are leeks. What does it say? Yeah, these are leeks. And then on the other side, it's the exact same thing. It's just mirrored. This bed we planted yesterday, so everything is very tiny and maybe a little sad. We planted the mint, which we did not grow that. We just purchased that. This is dianthus that we grew from seed, and then we have a lot of seeds planted. So we've got 2 different kinds of beets right here, and then we've got curled kale. Then we have, this is cauliflower. It's a short, I don't know, like it's short growing time.
Right.
It's like 40 or 50 days or something like that. So we went ahead and planted that.
I think it's 30.
Oh wow. We'll see. And then we've got, okay, these are all different kinds. This is a French breakfast radish, and then this is a watermelon radish right here. And then over here, this is, we planted what's right here? What are these right here?
Broccoli.
Okay, we've got, these are summer broccoli right here and right here. It's like the purple sprouting. And then these are all zinnias that we planted by seed. And this is just another kale. It's the same one from the other bed, but it's just been planted, and this is another mustard green, which that's how small those started out over there. We're gonna go to the front yard and clean out an azalea garden bed. So there is a wisteria plant when we first moved in here that was all up here, and our landscaper cut it all down, but it's growing back all in this bed. While the wisteria is really pretty and smells really good. It's just super unruly and invasive. I mean, as you can see, we basically can't get rid of it. And it's like, it's by the house in the base of the house, and it might be one thing if it was like out away from the house and growing on a fence or something, but it is just like out of control. So
I mean, like this is all, I mean, you see
it's everywhere. Yeah, I'll show you. It's all in here, and then it goes all the way up. And then last season it got up in the swing. Actually, you can see.
It doesn't bloom a lot of times.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's the first year that it's bloomed, honestly.
Yeah.
And so it just looks like an awful vine.
See, that's where it was when we first moved in. It was all up here, and that one has made it back up there. But then we have like these two down here. So we've never planted lambs here, but that's what that is right there. I think I'm gonna pull it up and pot it actually. We're currently working, oh my god, I'm so sweaty, working on a garden bed in the very front of our property to grow some flowers, hopefully for people to cut themselves and make bouquets out of.
Like our neighbors.
Yeah, our neighbors, like whoever around us wants them. All right, we laid cardboard down and then we laid soil on top. We were gonna do this full thing, but we didn't want to use that much soil. But this is gonna do a lot of flowers and it's gonna be the most symmetrical for our yard. We are doing a little bit of this grandmother's cut flower garden. Some of these for the shade, but I think it'll be fine. And I already planted dahlia tubers that I split from the one that we had last year. I split 2 into like 10. So hopefully those will grow well. Good morning. Just headed outside because there was a thunderstorm last night, which is great because everything just needed a good rain. But since we planted out some little seedlings and things like that, I'm gonna go check on the plants and also see if we have any eggs. Well, I have a lot of tomatoes on the ground. We're actually going to be ripping a lot of these Brussels sprout plants out because clearly they have bolted. There are a few that are actually fine and we'll try to keep those in. We'll probably cover them up tonight because it's supposed to get down to like 39 and they basically can bolt in temperatures under 50 degrees. So we'll try to cover them up and hopefully that'll help a little bit. Sweet peas still look pretty sad from being transplanted. Some of them are looking stronger. We also have right here, this is an elephant ear that's coming up, and right there, there's actually like 4 over here, so I have no idea where they'll be coming up. This is a weed. Right here we have all the sedum coming back, and you can see all these little ones coming back over here. I think there's some seeds sprouted right here that I planted the other day. I already forgot what I planted. I think I planted some phlox and something else. Here we have all these poppies coming up, and clearly we're going to need to thin this out. I probably need to do that today. These basically grew overnight. I mean, they were little sprouts, but now they're large. This lettuce is something that Casey already harvested and obviously left so that we could keep it growing more, but just from the rain and the sun today, this is already, they've just gotten so huge in just a few hours basically. Strawberry plants are finally getting larger. It's great. That's the garlic and the onions. Over here we have more lettuce. It's doing good. These are radishes. These have sprung up. This is broccoli rabe. More poppies. That's spinach. We have gomphrenia and more poppies down there. All the diatomaceous earth has come off of these glacier tomatoes. I don't think there's any aphids right now. Wait. It's really hard to see, but these are all carrot sprouts, this whole line. I had a piece of wood there until they sprouted up, and then I had to see if any of these are sprouting up. I think these need more time, and there's some here that I don't think have sprouted up either. We'll wait. This is a Swiss chard, and there's also carrots in this little spot, but I don't know that I see sprouts. It's hard to tell. And then these are kale transplants, and they're getting very large. And obviously more lettuce. Hazel, do not get in that bed. We have a brown egg and some very loud chickens. Okay, I just wanted to show you these mustard greens that I showed you literally yesterday have shot up. I mean, they are so much larger, and the kale and the lettuce, everything's looking really good in this garden bed. And I think it's just been only like a couple of weeks, not even, since I planted this. So here's something super fun. Our neighborhood has this group, and they have this pavilion where people are leaving their extra seeds and plants, and you can just come get whatever you need, and you can leave stuff there, and it's super fun. Yesterday someone came and got like sprigs of thyme from us, and they left us a jar of fig jam, which is super fun. So I'm actually heading up there to get some seeds right now. Someone left some marigold seeds, and they're different varieties than what we already have, and plus we just need more. Try to help our tomatoes as much as we can. So I'm gonna go get those, I think someone's leaving some seed potatoes. I don't know that I need any of those, but I might see if it's a cool variety or something. But let's get the seeds. There's the pavilion. Got the baggies. There they are. Got the seeds. But I also got a chunk of black-eyed Susan that someone brought while I was picking up the seeds. So I'll plant those in the backyard. We have some in the front, but this will be it's a perennial, so it'll be good to put back there. Okay, so I put the black-eyed Susan in this pot that I have. I think what I'm gonna do is probably split this up into like 4 plants. And then I'll put soil in it and like, I'm not ready to plant them outside yet because we really have to kind of figure out where we want to put what. So I might just split them up in their own pots and put soil in them and just let them get happy in their little pots, and then we'll plant them when we're ready. So we have a ton of plants that need to be up potted. Actually, I mean, a lot of them could just go from where they are straight into the ground, but we are not ready to plant these things yet because the weather's gonna get down to like 37 2 nights in a row. And I just wanna wait till after that, maybe even a couple weeks after that, till we plant all the flowers. And they're all like, the roots are coming out of the bottom of their cells. So I am making little pots out of magazines. And I did a lot of this last night. And I think I have like 120 plants that need to be up potted. So I've got a long ways to go. So I'm basically gonna spend the rest of the day doing that, working on it right now. And hopefully I can get all of those planted. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. We would love to have you subscribe as well. We'll keep posting videos, just kind of the process of building our homestead and getting the gardens up and running. And we hope that you'll come back for more. Thanks so much. Bye.